Well, I've done a lot of videos, but this has to be one of my favourite subject matters. This is a cup of coffee, and quite often in my videos you'll see me making a cup of coffee. I found a method of making a coffee at camp if you're a coffee drinker. It's very small and it's very concentrated. Now, I've not seen this technique done anywhere on YouTube or the internet. Okay, this will do. I'm going to get started straight away. Just digging out a stove. This one will do. You can use whatever stove set you want, whether that is gas stove, liquid alcohol, twig stove, your choice. I'm not going to need the cup like I would making a cowboy coffee where I need to decant the coffee into a cup. I can drink from the pot. I always feel the need to have to put an idiot warning in my videos because I will guarantee going to get it in the comments. Why don't you use an alcohol stove? Why don't you use a twig stove? I could quite easily turn the tables on that argument. Don't tell me. Email the people who make the gas cans and the gas can stoves. Email them and tell them you don't use gas cans and you've no intention of buying one. Email them and tell them that. So I've chose to use a 440 can, not only just because it's convenient for me for these little day treks where I'm not out for the night, but mostly just to irritate people who like to use twig stoves and alcohol stoves. And that's part of my reasoning I don't always like a twig stove. I don't want to gather lots of twigs and then wait maybe 10-12 minutes. I want it in under 2 minutes. That's all it is, personal preference. I don't advocate it should be done in a different way or you should be doing the same as me. You've got to love the pedants, haven't you? No collecting twigs. Pot straight onto stove. Here is what I usually bring coffee wise. Just a tub of coffee. I need maybe 2 spoons from that, so that'll maybe do 3. Before anyone loses their stuff in the comments, why don't you just use coffee bags? There's a coffee bag, okay? You've seen one. Now shush and let the grown-ups talk. In the same way, I like to bring a bit of coffee whitener. There it is there with the coffee. I don't bring milk, I use a coffee creamer. I have tried ditching the sugar in favour of a sweetener, but I just can't do it. So that would be the size of my usual brew kit. And I only have a cup of coffee in the mornings, so there's probably enough there for 2-3 days. It's not bad. But look at this in relation. This is what I want to show you. These are the kind of pods that you get that you put in the machine. Let's see whether that water's boiling. Okay, that's coming to a boil. I'm just going to turn that down. These are pods that you put in the machine. I don't empty the content. I just make a few holes and drop it into the water that's already boiling. For this you need a tent peg, which we've all got, or a tiny knife. I'm going to use a knife. I'm going to put some vent holes in the bottom, and then the silver foil at the top. I'm going to pierce some holes. Now if you prefer a cowboy coffee, so do I. Okay, let's make a vent hole for the steam in the top here. And then this bit here, let's just poke some holes in here. I haven't counted. And I'm going to drop that into the water that's already boiling. And I'm going to put it in that way round so the steam hole is facing the sky. Let's drop that in. The amount of time that I leave that in the pot is determined by how strong you like your coffee. I like mine really strong. But there it is, just resting in the boiling water. To turn it up, get it into a rapid boil. I'm going to give this about 3-4 minutes. Wow, yeah, that is super strong, super strong. Let's get that out. Turn this off. I'm going to take it off the stove before I turn the gas off. But the less time you leave it on the stove, the weaker it is. I've left mine on 3 minutes. You can tell by how dark it is. You'd have it how you would at home. Some whitener, coffee whitener is my favourite. Don't bring milk or anything. And if you have it black, it's one less tub for you to bring. And sugar, and if you don't have sugar, then you can really go lightweight with this option here. I wished I didn't like coffee creamer and sugar. It'd make my life easier, but like I said, sugar is an addiction. And before you give me your concerns over how bad sugar is, believe it or not, if you knew my past, you wouldn't be worrying about things like a bit of sugar. Oh man, that is really creamy, really nice. As you can see, I can drink from the cup and make the coffee in. I don't need to decant it, although I could. Here's a little folder cup. I don't need to decant it, but if you do need your stove for a bit of extra cooking, you can. I haven't got much of this left. This is a Starbucks and it's working out quite cheap. I've got 10 for about £3. So that's working out 30 pence per coffee. What you're paying for your coffee in your coffee house there, I think you'll be paying what, £5? What's that? Nearly $7 US for 30 pence and a very small pod. What you got is a quality coffee that is strong. Because if you are disappointed with coffee bags, then you're going to be in the same boat as me. And that video is over. It's as simple as that. A nice, cheap, quality coffee. If you're not into coffee bags, I still do like to make cowboy coffee, but I would need to decant it into a beaker like that. So I don't need to bring a spare beaker if I didn't want. I'm still going to stick to my cowboy coffee, but I thought that little pod tip might help somebody out there. Until next time, take care of yourself. I'll see you out there. Happy trails. I'm finished. Yep. Cut. I'm going to have another one of them. It was nice.